Partida, creo que no hay ninguna partida guardada aquí. No, no hay ninguna. No hay ninguna. Vamos a ver, opciones. Consing. Esto está perfecto. No, es que puedes jugar a los otros juegos, ¿vale? a los antiguos. ¿Cómo se ha salido esto? A ver. Esto. Vamos a start. La partida. Vale, aquí. Y normal.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
La canción también muy buena.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4,
Spread your wings
and fly. God be with you.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous
Vamos a bajar un
mission.
poquito
The
las
future of our
luces.
Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested
Hideo Kojima,
asylum
sí.
in the West through one of our moles.
La verdad
His
que
name is Nikolai
esta es
Stepanovich Sokolov.
una de sus obras maestras.
He's
la
head
verdad.
of the OKB
Este
754
y el
Design
1 creo
Bureau,
que son los mejores.
one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities,
El 2,
and the
bueno,
East's
está
foremost
mal.
expert on weapons
4,
development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous
Está mal,
rocket
bro.
scientist?
The very same.
mejor, este es mejor. Y el
On April the
5,
12th,
es que
1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned
el
spaceflight
5 se pasaron
in
con
history.
el mundo abierto. Es que
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most
El problema de estos
responsible
juegos de
for the
Kojima es que
multi-engine
tienen
cluster
demasiada
used in that
cinemática.
rocket. After
Demasiada
Gagarin's
cinemática.
flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
¿Me escuchas muy,
It
muy,
seems he'd
muy
become
bajo?
afraid of
Vale.
his own creations.
Afraid.
Call it a
Dime si
crisis
me
of
oyes
conscience.
mejor.
And for that, he left his country
No,
and
no
his
te
family
preocupes, se
behind
oye
and went
muy-
over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken
tal se oye
safely to
ahora?
the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in
¿Se escucha
sneaking
mejor?
Sokolov
¿Se me
over
oye
the
mejor?
Berlin Wall shortly afterwards.
Estoy bajando el volumen,
I was
al
the
juego.
one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
Ahora sí, vale,
We
perfecto.
got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet
No,
Union
decía
to
que
Berlin.
estos juegos de
He was in no
Kojima
condition
tienen
to sound
demasiada
coherent.
cinemática.
And
Bastante.
it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban
Si mal no
Missile
recuerdo,
Crisis.
este tiene un poquito larga, pero
October the 16th, 1962.
más creo que el
President
1 y
Kennedy
el,
received word
y
that
el
the
4
Soviets
creo
were
que
in the
tiene
process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The president demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff.
bastante cosas de
Finally,
historia.
on
tiene.
October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba.
Sí, 2
So
horas.
the world avoided
2
a
horas.
nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
Creo que sí lo
You
vi.
mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba
Creo
just to
que
get
sí
their
lo vi
hands
a
on
ver.
Sokolov?
No me acuerdo.
That's
Pero con
right.
algún juego estuve 2
What the
horas.
hell was he working on?
Creo que en el Metal
At the
Gear
time,
1,
we
el
had no
primero,
idea.
el Metal Gear Solid 1,
We were running
se
out of
veía la
time.
cara del
It was either give up Sokolov
A ver,
or
que no me
risk
acuerdo
full-scale
el-
nuclear war.
el jefe
In
de
the
ARPA,
end,
creo
we
que
had
era,
no choice.
y estaba
President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand.
Snake. Las 2 imágenes
The next
hablando.
day, I got
Creo
Sokolov
que
out of the
había
hospital. handing him over
Estuvieron
to
así
agents
hablando
on
2
the
horas.
eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me!"
¿Algún
until he disappeared
juego
from
me he
my sight.
saltado? No recuerdo ahora cuál. Pues que era demasiado.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB
Sí, sí, es
supervision.
que a veces
What's
resulta
more,
aburrido.
it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do
Con
with
este no
space
recuerdo,
rockets?
creo que
No,
sí.
missiles.
Same technology.
Pero que hace muchos años que
I
no
guess
puedo
you're right.
Metal Gear.
We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device.
Este la última vez
For
que lo
half a
jugué
year
creo que
now,
fue
the
hace
Soviets
8
have
años
been
más o menos.
conducting frequent nuclear
jugué el
tests at
4
Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
y el 5.
We're talking about a
El
secret
4
weapon
no me
so
gustó
big that
mucho.
Khrushchev was ready to pull out of
Y el
Cuba to get it
5
back.
es que
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
me aburrió, la
No,
verdad. No lo
according to
terminé
our
nunca.
intelligence, he's in Selino Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there
No
just
te preocupes, yo estoy aquí.
Why?
Estaré una hora, por
Apparently,
lo menos.
they're
Una hora.
conducting a field test of the
Porque
weapon.
aquí ya es
It's
un
our
poco
best
tarde.
chance to get him back. This
Aquí en
mission would
Madrid,
never have
en
been
España
possible
son
if he
la
was still in the
una. No
research
son las
facility.
que una, son las 12 de
This
la
is our
noche.
last chance.
De medianoche.
Sokolov
Así que
must have known that
estaré
too
una
when
hora
he
con el
contacted
juego,
us.
¿vale? Tú tranquilo, que voy a estar aquí un rato. Venga, ya va a comenzar lo bueno, parece. No, no te preocupes. No te preocupes.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Vamos a ver que comienza lo bueno. Army. Para los que estáis escuchando o viendo el directo, vamos a jugar al Metal Gear Solid 3, que en mi opinión es uno de los mejores juegazo, en serio. Vamos a jugarlo después de años. Hace muchos años que no lo juego. A ver qué nos tienen que decir.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Venga, vamos. Vamos a recordar. Cuchillo. Mira. Vale, ¿qué tenemos aquí? Pausa. Mapa, creo que era esto. Ah, no, este es el... Vale. Ah, vale, pues te agachas, vale. ¿Cuál es el mapa, tío? Y aquí tienes que agacharte para... Aquí puedes posar por debajo. Mira que me acuerdo, me acuerdo. Vale, aquí tenías para trepar. Botón de acción. ¿Cómo era para trepar, macho? No me acuerdo. Botón de acción, ¿cuál era? Joder, que no me acuerdo. No me acuerdo. A ver. Sí, es que había... Vamos a ver, espera. Yo no me acuerdo cómo era para trepar, tío. De acuerdo. Vamos a ver. Ah, ahí está, era con este. Vale. No, era con triángulo. ¿Eh? Ahora. No, macho. ¿Que había algo para trepar?
The backpack is on the branch pointing east on that tree, right? Walk along the branch and get it. Be careful not to fall. You should be able to grab your backpack if you hang from the branch by pressing the action button.
Vale, entonces no está aquí la mochila. A ver. Lo que tengo que hacer es trepar para llegar arriba. Vale. Vale, Martín, por fin estamos comenzando. Estoy recordando un poquito aquí cómo se jugaba, la verdad. Ah. No, por aquí no se puede pasar. Guau, precipicio. Será la... ¿Será verdad? Mira, aquí hay algo. Ya. Vale, ¿dónde está el...? Está la mochila, tío. No, yo la PSP la vendí, tío. La vendí. La tuve. Tenía varios juegos. Lo que pasa es que todos los juegos que salieron, todos los juegos que tenía, salieron remasterizados para Play 3. Entonces la vendí porque ya todos los juegos los tenía repetidos. Está en la mochila. Está en la mochila. La veo. Es que aquí no está. Que yo creo que había otro. Había otro árbol, si no me equivoco. Y llamando a este cabrón.
Snake, where do you think you're going? You can't expect to proceed with the mission without any weapons or equipment. First, you'll need to recover your backpack. It's caught on a tree to the south. Press the action button to climb the tree and retrieve your backpack. Is that clear?
Ah, joder, está el árbol ahí. Joder, ya vi la mochila. Es que no se ve, tío. Vale, vale. No, los jugué en la PSP, los dos. Los
I
jugué
see
los
you've
dos, los pasé
retrieved
en la
your
PSP.
backpack, Snake.
Después me compré la
To
remasterización
equip a
para
weapon,
Play
it's necessary to
PlayStation
take it
3
out of your
y también lo
backpack.
jugué ahí, pero ahí sí
In
no
the
los pasé.
survival
Los
viewer,
pasé en la
choose
PSP.
weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left.
Son muy buenos juegos,
From that list,
muy
choose
buenos
the
juegos
weapon
los
you
dos.
want to equip and press the enter button. For other equipped
mira.
items, just do the same thing from item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will
Pero
start to drop.
Espera
If
que no
your
se ve.
stamina gets too low, it'll
Que no
affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example,
este, que
and
es el
your
uno.
wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To
Tengo
recover
este.
lost stamina, you can hunt for local
Y viene
flora and fauna.
el
You
el
can
uno
use either your tranquilizer
dos.
gun or your knife to
puedo
hunt.
jugar 1 y 2. Y
My
tengo
only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy
Este.
tranquilizer gun.
volumen 2
That's
que
right.
viene
It's been fitted with its own suppressor.
el
However, the
Sparta,
suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire.
el Chains of
Once its
Olympus.
durability
Tengo
reaches
los
0, the noise suppression effect will be gone.
No te
So
preocupes,
don't
no te
get too
preocupes.
trigger happy with it. The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon.
Pero que todavía no
Any
está la
weapons
opción.
and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Que todavía no tengo la
Solo
opción.
covert actions are standard Fox operating
Tengo
procedure.
que hacer crecer
You
el
can't
canal.
leave any traces of your presence.
Poquito a poquito.
No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any
Estos también
American
los podemos
soldiers in
jugar
Russia.
más adelante. Los
It
God of
could
War.
spark an
Ya
international
te dije,
incident.
todos
You
los he
can't let
pasado.
anyone
Todos
see
de,
you.
el
You
1 al
can't
2.
let the enemy know you're
Sparta
there.
y Chains of
This
Olympus
is a
los he
stealth
pasado.
mission. You're a ghost, Snake,
Pero
in every
el,
sense of the word.
tanto el de Play 4
There'll
que
be
no lo
no
juego
rescue
todavía,
of
lo
your
tengo pero
capture.
no lo juego.
The military and US government will
Tengo
deny
el-
any involvement in the
El
affair.
Ascension, que ese no lo he
Then I'll
terminado.
just have to take care of myself,
Que
huh?
se me
I'm
se me hizo
afraid so.
imposible.
You've been given a
Posible.
fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission
¿Ya
rests
tienes Xbox?
entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Póngalas ahí.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back
La
you up
Play
over the
2.
radio.
Who?
I'll introduce
La
them to
verdad
you.
es
This
que
time, survival is of
no
utmost
sé
importance.
si en algún momento
The
saldrá
first member
una
of the support team will be in
remasterización
charge of
actualmente.
monitoring your physical
Pero
condition,
si tienes
acting
tienes
as a
el Game
medic,
Pass
so to
para el
speak,
Xbox,
as well as
pues,
recording your
yo
mission
te
data.
recomendaría que lo juegues de
She's a
ahí.
member of Fox as well, and
Pero recuerda
she's
que
here on
cuando
the
se
gunship with me.
acabe el Game Pass,
She.
Ya no tienes
Hello,
acceso.
Snake. I'm Paramedic.
Si lo
Nice to
compras para
meet you.
Play 2, ya lo tienes para ti.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name
Yo te
means
recomiendo
nothing
que
on the
los
battlefield.
cojas el
After a
la
week,
Xbox.
no one has a
que
name.
como el Game Pass los tienes
What's your
gratis.
name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
Pero si quieres
I
tener los
wasn't joking,
físicos,
but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to
los de
make
la
it back
Play 2.
alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
no lo sé.
That's
creo
right.
que
It
sí
also
está,
records
no
the
sé.
state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking
No,
of
creo que
snakes,
sí,
you remember the boss, don't you?
El HD Collection,
The legendary
creo que sí
soldier
está,
and
no
your
estoy
mentor.
seguro, pero salió en
Actually, it
físico
was the
para
boss that got the
Xbox también.
DCI's authorization in the first
Tendría
place.
que estar para
She's going to
descargar.
be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss
Te
is?
vienen los
She also helped me
te
plan
vienen el
this
2,
mission.
el 3
She and I were at SAS together.
y el
Jack,
el
is that
Peace
you?
Walker.
How many years has
Entonces, el
it
Peace
been?
Walker es un
Boss.
juego de pantalla que salió
That's
para
right.
PSP también.
It's me.
Lo que sí lo deben tener,
Talk to me.
No le he
Let me
mirado.
hear your voice.
It's
Déjame
been
ver que te
5
lo
years,
confirmo ahora.
72 days, and 18
Lo
hours.
tengo aquí abierto, creo.
You've lost weight.
Al menos para
You can
PC.
tell just by the sound of my voice.
Yo
Of
tengo el Game
course
Pass
I
para PC.
can. I know all about you.
Vamos a ver
Really?
si lo tenemos.
Well, I don't know anything about you.
Si está para PC,
What's
tendrá
that
que estar
supposed
para
to mean?
Xbox.
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure.
Creo que no
But
está.
what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same
Pero bueno,
side
en
right
PC no
now
lo tengo,
doesn't mean they always will be.
En PC no lo
Having
tengo.
personal
En el Metal
feelings
Game Pass
about
de
your
PC
comrades is one of the
no lo
worst
tengo. No
sins
sé
you
si
can
estará para el
commit.
de...
Politics
para el
determine who you
Xbox.
face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing.
No, es que no los
They
tengo.
change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No,
Mira,
it had
acá,
nothing to do with you.
dices,
I already told you,
¿qué
Jack.
prefieres, el God
I
of
was on a
War o el
top
Metal
secret
Gear?
mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders
Lo
he's
que pasa es
given.
que,
It's
no
not
sé,
his place to
Metal
question
Gear
why.
para mí tiene más
But you're
historia,
looking
o
for a
sea,
reason to fight. You are a natural born
está
fighter,
más
but you're not
elaborado,
quite a
digamos.
soldier. A soldier is a
Me gusta
political
más,
tool, nothing
si
more.
tendría que poner
That's doubly
los
true
dos
if
me
he's a
gustan,
career
las dos sagas me
soldier.
gustan.
Right and wrong
Pero si
have no
tendría que
place
poner
in his
una
mission. He has
escoger
no
una, escogería
enemies
Metal
and
Gear,
no friends.
¿verdad?
Only the mission. You follow the
Porque
orders you're given.
las jugué mucho
That's what
antes
being
de
a soldier
God of
is.
War.
I do whatever I have to
Bastante
get the
antes.
job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is
Además,
going to
eso
bother
de
you. In the end,
sigilo y todo
you
eso,
have to
eso
choose whether
me
you're
gusta
going to
bastante
live as a
también.
soldier
En el
or
God of
just
War
another
vas
man with a
adelante,
gun.
adelante, adelante.
There's a saying in the
Tienes que
Orient,
cargarte
loyalty to the end.
enemigos. En
Do you
cambio,
know what it
el
means?
Metal Gear
Being
es
patriotic.
sigilo.
It means devoting yourself to your
Intentar
country.
I follow the
pasarlo sin
president
que
and the top
te
brass.
detecten.
I'm ready to die for them
Eso
if
me gusta.
necessary.
The president
Pero
and
yo
the
digo, las
top
dos-
brass won't be
las dos
there
sagas me
forever.
gustan.
Once their
Tanto
terms
God of
are
War
up,
como Metal
others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The
El modo de
times.
juego, Metal Gear.
People's
Metal Gear
values
también.
change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with
La
the
primera
times.
parte para hacer tontos
As
a los
long as we
soldados.
have
Es
loyalty
que-
to the end, there's
que esa
no point in
parte-
believing in anything, even in those we love.
Pues hacía que me
And that's
detecte
the
y me
way a
escondía.
soldier's supposed to
Me
think.
gustaba
The
verlos
only thing we can
dar
believe
vueltas
in
por ahí
with absolute
buscándome sin
certainty
encontrar.
is the mission, Jack.
Es que
All right. But do me a favor.
eso
What is
me
it?
gusta bastante.
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah. I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes,
It's good to hear
Llevamos
your voice
40
again.
minutos
same here.
y todo lo que
After
hemos
all,
hecho
who
es
knows if
recoger-
either of
es
us will make it
recoger
out
la
alive?
mochila.
Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and
Lo único que
infiltrating
hemos hecho es recoger la
buildings.
mochila.
But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC.
El-
Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in
Eso
the
me
Green
llamó la
Berets for
atención.
the
La
past
verdad es
few
que yo
years.
juegos en
I'm probably
tercera
pretty
persona no
rusty.
soy muy...
Not to worry.
No me gustan mucho
I'll
los
be
juegos en
here to
tercera
help you
persona.
remember. After
Sí,
all,
el
this
Hitman
is your
jugó el
first
primero, el de
actual
PC, el
survival
primero que
mission.
salió.
I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Y desde
Where are
ya
you,
los demás no los he
boss?
jugado.
Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a
Ojo.
Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
Lo he jugado.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Ahora puedo
Gotcha.
jugarlo. No lo tengo.
Your
no lo
mission
tengo,
is to
pero
retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
se puede conseguir.
Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone
Juegos
see
son
you.
los Resident Evil.
Don't
Si
forget
ves el
that this
canal,
is a stealth
tengo
mission.
el Resident Evil 2 y el 3 completos. Están completos en el canal.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Creo que el 2 tiene 25 directos y el 3 tiene 16, si no me equivoco. Vale, parece que ya vamos a comenzar.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Vale, vamos a comenzar. Y lo que no tenemos es radar. Vale, pues probaré el Watch Dogs. No lo tengo, la verdad. No lo tengo. La verdad que del Watch Dogs, la gente que me ha recomendado juegos nunca me han hablado bien del Watch Dogs. Pero ahora que me lo dices tú, me lo voy a... Pasó. Ay, me he vuelto para atrás. Sí, me he vuelto para atrás. Vale, vamos con cuidado, porque no va a salir por ahí algún soldado. Aquí creo que había un cocodrilo, si no me equivoco. Sí, mira. Si no tengo cuidado me van a comer. ¿Esto cómo era, tío? Esto no me acuerdo. Aquí no hay mapa, ¿eh? Joder, están... ¡Ah! Está ahí el cocodrilo. Hay otro ahí. Hay otro. Hay que avanzar. Vale, vamos por aquí. Una serpiente ahí. A ver. Creo que puedo coger esto. Creo que no lo puedo matar. No, creo que tengo que dispararle. Sí. Sí, a mí también. Lo que no me gusta de Metal Gear es que tiene demasiada cinemática. Demasiada. No me digas que he vuelto al mismo sitio. Puf. ¿En serio? Ah, no, no he vuelto al mismo sitio. Voy a probar el Watch Dogs, a ver qué tal. Va a salir ahora, creo que es el Watch Dogs Legends. No sé si ha salido. No, todavía no ha salido. Dicen que tiene buena pinta.
Major, I've spotted
Bueno, he visto
two
el
enemy
tráiler hace
soldiers.
tiempo.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage.
Sí, tenía muchos bugs, sí.
Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively.
Me tengo que comprar
Also, don't forget that
más
anything
adelante
that
es
moves will stand out in the jungle.
el Mafia
If you just stand
trilogía
up
de
and run
Mafia.
around like an idiot, you're bound to be
El
spotted.
1, el 2 y el
But if
3.
you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed.
Vamos a ver si más adelante.
You can
Ahora
see
tengo
how effective your
bastante como para-
camouflage is by looking at the
para
camo
jugar.
index.
Bastante, pero bastante.
The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Sí, está muy cara, muy cara. Mejor esperar. Mejor esperar y además ahora que van a subir el precio de los juegos para Play 5, es que ahí viene. Yo creo que pasa por aquí. Sí, algunos juegos están más baratos en Xbox, otros más están más baratos en Play. Vamos a ver. Cargarnos este tío. Ah, ya me lo cargué. ¿Lo voy a entrar aquí? Creo que sí, ¿no? Aquí, esto voy a cargar, creo, ¿no? No me acuerdo. Y no me acuerdo, tío. No me acuerdo. No, sí está caro, 50 horas es bastante. Bastante. Joder, ¿con qué? ¿Cómo era para cogerlo? No se podía coger, yo creo que sí podía coger. Joder. Pensé que se podía recoger al... Ya, yo creo que el Crash está muy caro. Y está aquí en España está 69 euros. Entonces no vale la pena comprarlo ahora mismo. Y esperar. Por eso quería jugar el uno, los primeros, pero es que se me da fatal. Te digo que eso que yo he jugado a juegos de plataforma como Mario y Nintendo Switch, Nintendo. Ya me han detectado.
Who's that? Radio, we need backup.
Detectado. Detectado. Joder, me han detectado. Tengo que ocultarme aquí. Joder, no me acuerdo cómo era. No me acuerdo cómo era. Ah, me van a masacrar. Ah, me van a masacrar. Sí, 69 euros deben ser unos 70, 60 dólares. Joder, una pena. Ya me mató, joder. Vale, que no me acostumbro todavía al control. Simulación, el 3. Creo que era el... Oh, no me acuerdo ahora. El que sale... Raiden, que no me acuerdo ahora. No el 2, sino el otro.
HQ, respond.
This is HQ. What's going on? Respond. There's something wrong. Support unit, confirm their status.
No, el 3 no es una simulación. Creo que es el... No me acuerdo. El Rising. Metal Gear Rising creo que era. No me acuerdo ahora. Pero el...
I think I saw something.
Who's that?
This is HQ.
Joder, agáchate. Joder, tengo que acostumbrarme otra vez a los botones, tío. Joder, me van a sacar. No estoy seguro, creo que era el Rising. El Metal Gear Rising creo que era. Ah, están ahí. Joder, que no me acostumbro. Tengo que recordar los... Es que este juego ya lo he jugado hace bastantes años. Nada más sangrar, tío. Joder, ¿dónde estás, tío? Ah, ya lo vi. Porque no le hago nada, macho. Yo no le estoy haciendo nada, Ya se quedó dormido. Este es el otro. Ya lo vi. Está el otro. Me voy a quedar sin balas. Cabrón, se me... Aquí creo que había donde subirse. Vale, ya me han perdido. O de evasión. O tengo que acostumbrarme otra vez a los movimientos, porque así, como te digo, Martín, hace muchos años que no lo juego.
HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the intruder, going into high alert.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
What's wrong? The enemy! What's wrong? Huh? Just my
No voy a gastar todas las balas en esto.
Just my imagination. I think I saw something. Huh. Guess I'm seeing what's wrong. What the? Huh? What's wrong?
A ver.
HQ.
What's going on out there?
Venga, vamos.
Who's that?
Joder,
Call HQ.
ya me encontró otro, joder. Ah, no te preocupes, no te preocupes. Más bien ya vamos a ir terminando porque aquí ya son la 1 de la mañana. Más bien mañana seguiremos.
This is HQ.
Mañana seguiremos con el
Eliminate all enemies.
gameplay. Está. Está. ¿Ahora crees que juega God of War? Vale, pues jugamos un... ¿Pero cuál quieres que juegue? Es que un ratillo nada más porque es que ya es tarde. Estamos ya de madrugada. A ver. Vale, vamos a guardarlo. A ver, espera, vamos a guardar. Yo no me acuerdo cómo se guarda. Hace muchos años. Opciones. Pura mapa. Vale. Ya está. No, si no, yo guardo automáticamente esto. Vale, pues vamos a jugar el God of War, ¿vale? Voy un momento a dejarle una pausa mientras cambio el juego, ¿vale? No tardo. Ahora estoy...
君を忘れよう思い出ばかり風が頬を笑って過ぎる君は昨日のスターだ今朝の君のシーツからはぬくもりが語りかけてるのさラララささやく声はラララ昨日の夜で君の吐息残ってるそんな気がして窓を開ければ風が頬を打ちのめしてく君のいないソリチュー君を忘れよう思い出ばかり風が頬を笑って過ぎる君は昨日のスターだ今朝の君のシーツからはぬくもりが語りかけてるのさラララささやく声はラララ昨日の夜で君の吐息残ってるそんな気がして窓を開ければ風が頬を打ちのめしてく君のいないソリチュー 忘れよう思い出ばかり風が頬を笑って過ぎる君は昨日のスターだ今朝の君のシーツからはぬくもりが語りかけてるのさラララささやく声はラララ昨日の夜で君の吐息残ってるそんな気がして窓を開ければ風が
Vale, Martín, ya estamos. Vamos a ver si podemos jugar porque está dando un poquito de problemas. Según. Está dando un poquito de problemas. Está cogiendo bien la resolución del juego. Ahora creo que sí. A ver. Vale, ahora sí. Ahora sí. Es que se va la imagen. Es que no sé por qué. Se va la imagen. No sé qué problema tiene el juego para... Es que se va la imagen. Por algún problema tiene. Ahora, debe ser algún problema de la configuración. A ver qué puede ser. Es que... A ver... Y lo que pasa es que cuando le bajo la calidad... Pongo en... No, no es cuestión de la transmisión, es cuestión del capturador de juego. La aplicación que utilizo también se va la imagen. O sea, no es cosa del directo. Hay algo ahí que no... Es que se va. Pierde señal. Déjame revisarlo un segundo, ¿vale? Déjame revisarlo un segundo.
そんな気がして窓を開ければ風が頬を打ちのめしてく君のいないsolitude 君を忘れよう思い出ばかり風が頬を笑って過ぎる君は昨日のスターだ今朝の君のシーツからはぬくもりが語りかけてるのさラララささやく声はラララ昨日の夜で君の吐息残ってるそんな気がして窓を開ければ風が頬を打ちのめしてく君のいないソリチュー君を忘れよう思い出ばかり風が頬を笑って過ぎる君は昨日のスターだ今朝の君のシーツからはぬくもりが語りかけてるのさラララささやく声はラララ昨日の夜で君の吐息残ってるそんな気がして窓を開ければ風が頬を打ちのめしてく君のいないソリチュー君を忘れよう思い出ばかり風が頬を笑って過ぎる君は昨日のスターだ 今朝の君のシーツからはぬくもりが語りかけてるのさ。ラララささやく声はラララ昨日の夜で君の吐息残ってる。そんな気がして窓を開ければ。
Muchas gracias por esperar, pero es que tengo un problema con la salida de vídeo para el juego para el God of War. Parece que hay un problema con la resolución. He intentado cambiarla, pero igualmente se pierde la señal. Así que voy a intentar arreglarlo y para mañana pues vamos a ver si podemos jugar, ¿vale? A ver, espera un segundo. Porque es que me está dando muchos problemas ahora mismo el God of War, ¿vale? Pues nada, Martín, pues muchas gracias por todo, por seguir el canal, por seguirme. Sí, igual, hasta se ve peor, De hecho, se veía mal de antes. Cuando le puse en off, se veía un poco más, pero igual se caía. He estado haciendo la prueba y al final se queda colgado. Así que voy a intentar, voy a revisarlo a ver de qué manera lo puedo configurar. Y para mañana, pues seguimos jugando, ¿vale? Debe haber alguna manera de arreglarlo, ¿vale? Pues nada, Martín, muchas gracias por todo otra vez, ¿vale? Y nada, mañana seguimos con God of War. Vamos a ver si continuamos Metal Gear también. Y queda pendiente el Dragon Ball Z Kakarot también. Seguramente lo jugaremos, ¿vale? Pues nada, muchas gracias a todos los que habéis estado siguiendo el directo, ¿vale? Y pues nada, muy buenas noches a todos. Que tengáis buenas noches, ¿vale? Vale, gracias. Seguramente, a ver, intentaré hacer uno a eso de las 4 o 5 horas de España, ¿vale? Y si no, por la noche, como es un poquito más temprano, como esta hora, pero un poco más temprano, ¿vale? Pues nada, muchas gracias, Martín, a todos los que estáis por ahí. Muchas gracias, un saludo y que tengáis buenas noches. Adiós.
Dangerous,